Hello and welcome back to another Crafty Like a Fox video. It's a little windy, Austin's mowing on the other side of the lawn, but I have a lot of plants that I want to get started in containers. And I'm going to start with 5 hanging baskets that are going to go on our deck. I've not done hanging baskets here before, but these were given to me by someone who no longer was going to use them, so I thought it would be fun to put them to use, to get them planted up and to run drip irrigation to them and see how they do. It's kind of breezy on this patio and deck area, so I'm interested to see how well they do. They might get a little battered, and they'll probably take a little bit extra water than they would if they were elsewhere, but let's get started and see what we can come up with. Alright, so let me show you what we're working with here. We have 4 baskets that are all identical. They're metal wire with a cocoa fiber lining. And then we've got a 5th one here that's a little bit different. It's round, but very similar looking. So I think they all should look nice together. And the plants that I'm going to be using are 2 Supertunia Vista Silverberry, 1 and 2, and then Meteor Showers Verbena for a little bit of a thriller, and then Dichondra Silver Falls, which is this beautiful silvery blue foliage that will trail down. I think they'll all look nice together and with the other pink and white petunias that I'm planting around the garden this year. So I'm going to go ahead and get soil in these and start planting them up. Okay, so I'm going to start by popping the Meteor Shower Verbena in the middle first. And I'm just going to spread the other 3 around it kind of equally. They're all going to grow together and kind of fill the whole pot and spill over and stick up the top, so I'm not too concerned about spacing them out precisely. Alright, so I think those are ready to go. I'll get them watered in before I hang them up. I'll keep working on the rest of them. Okay, so I'm up on the deck where we're going to be hanging these, and I think since I have 4 that match, I'm going to start by placing one on either side of the railing basket that I have down here. So I'm going to have 2 here, and then let me take a step back, another 2 here flanking these across the front of the deck, and then on this side of the deck, probably just going to hang one between the corner and the railing basket that I have here, because over here we have our steps coming up. So let me go over the items that we're going to use to get these hung as well. I've got the J hooks, a tape measure that I'm going to use to determine where I'm going to place them, and a marker to mark it. And then I also have my drill bits and my drill, and then a screwdriver to actually turn the hooks a little bit easier when they're being installed. So before I get too far, I'm going to choose a drill bit size that is a little bit smaller than the Well, what do you call that?
What?
The like shaft of the screw, not where the threads are.
Shank.
The shank? Okay. Austin says shank. I'm going to choose a drill bit that's a little bit smaller than the shank of the screw so that the threads get plenty of traction in the wood. So I think I'm going to go with this one right here. 3/16. We'll try that, see how it works. Aw, there goes the puppy. While they're playing, I'm going to keep working on this. So the way that I'm going to determine where I'm going to hang these is I'm going to measure across my railing from the corner to the edge of the basket here, and I got about 35 inches. So split that in half, we've got 17.5 inches. So I'm going to come up here 17.5 inches, roughly. Okay, so I'm going to start this by hand. Try to get it a few turns in. Make sure it's going in nice and parallel to the hole we pre-drilled. And then I'm just going to use the screwdriver. Hey Rick, can you pick that up for me? Rick, you just going to trump me here?
What do you mean?
Why don't you show them, since I threw the screwdriver on the ground, how you do this like a real badass.
We'll see if it works. Oh, you got the clutches are for people who don't know what they're doing.
So he's drilling the last 4 holes right now, and I'm starting the hooks, and then he'll swap the drill bit out for the eye bolt and come by and zip the hooks right in. Right, babe?
Correctamundo.
And don't worry, this hydrangea tree is going to be moving soon. It's going to be replanted down in the actual ground in the 4-square garden. So I'll probably just nudge it out of the way a little bit so I've got some room for these. Alright, so right now I've got this with the Dichondra facing out. See how I like that? If I want to flip it around, I always can. But I think that'll look nice. As the blooms come out and start to fall over, they'll kind of be right at eye height, and then the Verbena will come up and probably touch the joist up there as the season progresses. But I think that looks nice. It'll give it a little space from the railing planters down below. Here's what they look like hanging up. You can see we've got 4 of them across the front here. And around the corner, Austin's working on the odd man out. We realized after planning this one up that it didn't have any chain to hang it from, so we just used some garden wire and tried to wrap it to secure it. Hopefully it will hold itself up. Alright, well that's all I've got for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and I will definitely give you updates as the season progresses and these start to bloom. So stay tuned, subscribe, thanks for watching.